Why are you rewriting the past?
I'm not rewriting the past.
Yes, you have been, Kody.
A marriage relationship has to be nurtured.
It's official. Sister Wives has reached a point no one thought possible. Kody Brown, the man who once defended Robyn at any cost, has finally admitted the painful truth: Robyn never loved him. She only loved his money. For years, fans suspected it. They saw the patterns, the favoritism, the endless sacrifices Kody made for her. But now, for the very first time, Kody himself has confirmed it. According to insiders close to the family, Robyn was quietly funneling money out of shared accounts into her own projects. While the rest of the Browns lived in financial uncertainty, Robyn was allegedly making secret plans, securing property far from Flagstaff, investing in private ventures, and setting herself up for a future without Kody. And when Kody found out, everything exploded. Neighbors reported the chaos, doors slamming, shouting that carried into the night, and the sight of luggage being dragged out into the yard. The fight ended with Kody, the same man who once called Robyn his soulmate, ordering her and her children to leave. This was more than a fight. This was betrayal at the deepest level. For over a decade, Kody had painted Robyn as his spiritual partner, the woman who made him believe in love again. He defended her against Christine, Janelle, and Meri. He broke bonds with his older children to keep her happy. He even gave up the principles of plural marriage, ironically, to cling to monogamy with her. And yet, after all that sacrifice, what did he gain? Debt, silence, and lies. By late 2024, the cracks in their relationship had grown impossible to ignore. Kody noticed money disappearing even as TLC paychecks and land sales rolled in. Friends say Robyn was constantly redecorating, shopping, and spending lavishly, while Kody sat alone, growing suspicious. It wasn't long before he launched his own quiet investigation. That's when he discovered the truth: bank transfers tied to a business under Robyn's name, hidden accounts, and plans that suggested she was preparing for life without him. When Kody confronted her, Robyn insisted it was all for the children's future. She claimed she was safeguarding their lives in case anything happened. But Kody wasn't buying it anymore. The secrecy, the emotional distance, the lies, it was all too much. Sources say the argument turned nuclear. Kody shouted that she could keep the drama if she wanted, but not another
As far as saying that he never loved his wives, yeah, I feel like that was rewriting past. I feel like he told me that when we were courting, he actually let me know quite often.
For the first time in their marriage, he cut her off. Even the children he once fought so hard to adopt, the kids he legally elevated above his own biological children, were told to leave with her. Imagine that. The man who once gave up everything for Robyn and her kids was now forcing them out. Robyn, stunned and humiliated, reportedly never believed Kody would go that far. But fans know, this was a long time coming. And then came the leaked one-on-one interview that changed everything. Kody's words cut deeper than ever before. "I thought she loved me. But love doesn't drain you. Love doesn't isolate you. And love doesn't leave you broke. I gave her everything. She gave me nothing but lies." For fans who have followed this family for over a decade, it was a jaw-dropping confession. Kody admitted that Robyn entered the family with debt, gained control over his finances, and dismantled every relationship he had, not just with his wives, but with his children too. The heartbreak wasn't only about losing her. It was about realizing that in loving her, he had lost himself. For years, viewers accused Robyn of manipulating Kody with tears, guilt, and emotional pressure. And now, Kody himself has confirmed it. She was, in his own words, the most expensive mistake of his life. But Robyn, as always, has her own story. Friends close to her insist she never planned to leave Kody. They say she feels betrayed by his accusations, that she only wanted to protect her kids. Yet leaked text messages tell a different story. In them, Robyn hinted at her desire for independence, financial security, a backup plan in case everything collapsed. Whether she was truly plotting betrayal or simply protecting herself, the outcome is the same. Kody is alone. Completely alone. For the first time in decades, Kody Brown sits without a wife. Christine, Janelle, and Meri are long gone. And now Robyn, the woman he sacrificed everything for, is out too. He now lives in a small rental apartment, far from the massive homes and dreams he once built. The self-proclaimed patriarch who once demanded control now faces silence, bills, and regret. The fallout rippled fast. Christine, in a Q&A, didn't mince words. "Sometimes you reap what you sow," she said, her voice calm but cutting. Janelle, ever the peacemaker, hoped for peace but admitted she was relieved. And Meri, cryptic as ever, posted, "The truth hurts, but it sets you free." Fans are split. Some pity Kody, seeing a man deceived by the very woman he worshipped. Others see karma, justice after years of favoritism and manipulation. And what about Robyn? Once the queen of the family, she is now left with nothing. Rumors swirl that she is desperate for a spin-off centered on her children, but the backlash from fans makes that unlikely. The fairy tale is dead. The empire Kody built around his so-called soulmate has finally collapsed. And as fans watch this shocking downfall unfold, one question burns brighter than ever. Backhand index pointing right, was Robyn plotting all along? Backhand index pointing right, did Kody finally wake up too late? Backhand index pointing right, or is this just another chapter in the endless cycle of betrayal and dysfunction? Whatever the truth, one thing is certain, Robyn is out. And Kody Brown is completely, utterly alone. Perhaps, just perhaps, that's exactly what he deserves. If Kody's betrayal with Robyn shook fans, his obsession with one of her children left them absolutely speechless. Out of 18 children, why has Aurora, Robyn's daughter, become Kody's emotional centerpiece? For years, viewers have watched in disbelief as Kody ignored birthdays, skipped graduations, and even abandoned his daughter Isabel during her spine surgery. And yet, Aurora? She was always the exception. He never missed her recitals. He supported her college applications personally. He gifted her cars, furniture, and his undivided attention. When Aurora cried, Kody rushed to her side. When his sons cried, Kody called them disrespectful. Fans couldn't help but ask, why Aurora? Why this daughter above all others? The obsession began back in 2010, when Robyn entered the family with Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. Kody immediately pushed to adopt them, so urgently, in fact, that he divorced Meri legally just so he could marry Robyn and make the adoption possible. At the time, many viewers saw it as an act of compassion. But others, including Meri herself, saw it as the turning point. "I felt discarded," Meri admitted later, her voice heavy with betrayal. "It was like my family no longer mattered. Kody only cared about raising Robyn's kids above mine." Since then, Aurora has become not just Kody's stepdaughter, but his emotional lifeline. Multiple insiders describe the relationship as disturbingly codependent. Aurora panics if Kody is gone too long. Kody panics if she is upset. Their emotional worlds have become so entangled that even family members whisper about it being unhealthy. He built his entire schedule around her moods, one source revealed. If Aurora had a meltdown, Kody would cancel everything to soothe her. Meanwhile, Gabriel and Garrison were begging for his attention, and he shut them out. Fans saw it too. Aurora could do no wrong. Gabriel and Garrison? Constantly punished for speaking up. Isabel? Left to undergo surgery without her father. Mykelti, once Kody's so-called princess, even confessed in season 19, "I don't even recognize him anymore. He used to care for all of us. Now he only cares for them." The favoritism has become impossible to deny. But was this obsession truly Kody's doing, or was it Robyn's design all along? Some close to the Browns believe Robyn engineered the entire dynamic. She knew Kody thrived on being needed. So she built an environment where Aurora's every crisis became his personal responsibility. "It's emotional grooming," said one former family friend. "Make Kody feel like a savior, and he'll never leave." And it worked. While his bonds with his other children crumbled, Kody doubled down on protecting Aurora. He bought her new furniture, spent thousands on her comfort, and stood by her side at every breakdown. Meanwhile, Garrison and Gabriel struggled in silence. The double standard reached its peak during one unforgettable scene. Aurora had a panic attack while filming. Kody lashed out, screaming at producers to shut down the cameras, refusing to continue until Aurora was safe. Fans weren't surprised at his protectiveness. What enraged them was the hypocrisy. Where was that compassion when Isabel was begging for her dad to support her surgery? Where was that urgency when Gabriel broke down on camera after Kody forgot his birthday? As one TLC insider bluntly put it, Kody doesn't even try to hide it anymore. Aurora is the only one that matters. Psychologists who studied the situation offered a chilling explanation. Dr. Melanie Hoy, a therapist experienced with plural families, explained. Aurora represents something deeper for Kody. She gives him control, admiration, and purpose. His other kids are older, independent, and resentful. Aurora still needs him. To Kody, that feels like love. And it makes sense. Instead of facing the pain of being rejected by most of his older children, Kody pours everything into Aurora, the one child who clings to him unconditionally. But this obsession comes with devastating consequences. Season 19's tell-all exposed Kody like never before. Host Sukanya Krishnan confronted him directly. "You've been accused of favoring Aurora. Do you admit that?" Kody folded his arms, his tone sharp. "That's ridiculous. I love all my kids equally." But when pressed on why he missed Isabel's surgery yet never skipped Aurora's events, his excuses about logistics rang hollow. Fans weren't buying it. The mask slipped, and all that remained were weak excuses and obvious favoritism. His children's voices only made the fallout worse. Gwen, Christine's daughter, released a video. "It's strange how Dad softens for Robyn's kids. But when we cried, we were manipulative. Maybe he's afraid of losing her, not us." Madison posted bluntly, "Parenting isn't a buffet. You don't get to pick and choose." And Leon, in perhaps the coldest words of all, tweeted, "Some kids get affection. Some get discipline. Some get forgotten." These weren't just complaints. They were open wounds, laid bare for the world to see. Insiders reveal that Kody has recently started calling his estranged children, trying to repair relationships. But they aren't buying it. They know he's only reaching out now because he has no one else left. Meanwhile, Aurora, the very child who has been his lifeline, is beginning to pull away. She wants independence, college, her own life. But Kody clings tighter, terrified of losing the only person who still makes him feel wanted. "It's suffocating," an insider said. Aurora loves him, but she also needs her own space. Kody can't handle that. He's afraid that once she grows up, he'll have nothing left. And maybe that's true. The plural family dream that Kody once sold to the world has crumbled into a tragic cycle of favoritism, resentment, and silence. The father who once bragged about leading a united family is now a man defined by obsession with one child, and estrangement from almost all the others. The truth is undeniable, Kody has favorites, and he doesn't care who sees it. His sons are broken. His daughters are distant. His wives are gone. And the love that once bound the Browns has been replaced by anger and betrayal. But while Kody crumbles, someone else rises. Her name? Janelle Brown. If Robyn's betrayal exposed Kody's weakness, and Aurora's favoritism revealed his broken fatherhood, then Janelle's story proves that not all endings are tragedies. Because where Kody crumbled, Janelle rose. After nearly 30 years of a spiritually binding marriage filled with neglect, criticism, and endless financial responsibility, Janelle finally walked away. And fans around the world cheered. For decades, Janelle was the backbone of the Brown family. She handled the finances. She raised the kids. She carried the burdens Kody never wanted to face. But instead of respect, Kody gave her accusations. He belittled her independence, mocked her male energy, and ignored her pleas for real partnership. Yet when she finally said enough, the internet exploded in support. Viewers had waited years to see her reclaim her life. And when she did, she became a symbol of strength. Janelle's glow-up since then has been nothing short of remarkable. She embraced a minimalist lifestyle, moving into her RV, planning a tiny home, and documenting her journey with joy. "It's not glamorous," she admitted in a Q&A, "but it's mine." And that one sentence resonated with millions of women. Gone was the quiet, accommodating wife who lived to please a man who never chose her. In her place stood a confident woman, reclaiming her peace, her power, and her independence. Fans cheered as she installed solar panels, planted gardens, and built a future on her own terms. Peace replaced chaos. Self-respect replaced ultimatums. And for the first time in years, Janelle was free. But it wasn't just about freedom. It was about healing. Her relationship with her children blossomed in ways it never had under Kody's shadow. Gabriel and Garrison, devastated by their father's neglect during the pandemic, found joy again in their mother's love. Camping trips, cookouts, late-night game nights, moments once filled with tension were now overflowing with laughter. Janelle chose her kids over Kody. And in doing so, she rebuilt her family in the purest way possible. Her bond with Christine grew stronger too. No longer just sister wives, they became sisters in healing. They traveled together, filmed together, and laughed together, showing fans that life after Kody was brighter than life with him could ever be. "Christine is my ride or die," Janelle declared in one interview. "We've both been through hell, and we're finally free." And fans? They loved it. Many even joked that Christine and Janelle's friendship was the most genuine love story sister wives had ever produced. But Janelle's rebirth didn't stop there. Always the most financially savvy wife, she had managed the books for decades, often sacrificing her own needs for the family. Now, that skill finally benefited her alone. She launched wellness coaching. She collaborated on projects with her daughter, Meri. She built a financial future free of Kody's shadow. And according to insiders, she has no plans to ever tie her finances to him again. "She's done being the family bank," one source said. And it shows. Her glowing skin, relaxed smile, and thriving business prove what fans have always suspected: Kody was the weight holding her back. Without him, she isn't just surviving. She's thriving. Social media has crowned her the people's wife. Memes of Janelle sipping wine in her RV or laughing with Christine have flooded timelines, spreading the hashtag Team Janelle movement like wildfire. Looking back, it's hard to believe this is the same woman who once cried quietly on camera while Kody dismissed her dreams. Today, she stands as living proof that walking away isn't weakness, it's power. She stayed in the marriage for decades because she believed in love. But when that love died, she rose higher. And her message is crystal clear. "I'm not bitter. I just know I deserve better. And I'm finally giving that to myself." For Sister Wives fans, Janelle's transformation is more than just personal. It's symbolic. In a show built on dysfunction, manipulation, and Kody's dominance, she represents freedom. She represents strength. And she represents what happens when you finally put yourself first. As for Kody, he sits alone in his rental apartment, stripped of his wives, his children, and his illusions. The patriarch of polygamy is now a man with nothing, while the women he underestimated have built new lives without him. Christine has remarried. Janelle has rebuilt. Meri, too, is carving her own path. And Robyn? She has been unmasked, not as the devoted wife Kody claimed, but as a manipulator with a backup plan. The empire Kody fought to control has collapsed. And from its ruins, the true victors have emerged, not the man who demanded loyalty, but the women who finally chose themselves. And so the story of Sister Wives enters a new chapter. Not one defined by Kody's authority, but by the women's independence. Was Kody's downfall inevitable? Was Robyn plotting from the start? Did Aurora's dependence expose his weaknesses? Or was it all just karma, playing out in real time? Fans will debate those questions for years. But one truth is undeniable: Janelle Brown didn't just survive the collapse of her marriage. She transformed it into the beginning of her legacy. The Brown family began as a promise of unity. It ended as a cautionary tale. Kody Brown is now alone. Robyn is exposed. Aurora is struggling under the weight of his obsession. And Janelle, strong, radiant,